All right. So, yesterday there was a lot of big news yesterday. Let's be honest. There was some huge, groundbreaking, breaking ass, motherfucking ass news that went down yesterday. And of course, I'm talking about Paula Jean Swearengin. She is joining the People's Party, folks. And this is what I had to say when I saw it. But let's check out her tweet. PSA. I'm joining People's Party US. Two-party systems are gatekeepers who work for the corporations and they don't let the rest of us into their so-called big tent. If we don't work together to build a major new party that works for all of us, we'll continue to suffer together. So, obviously I disagree with this whole shindig that she's putting on, but let's read the People's Party announcement. We are proud to announce that Paula Jean Swearengin has joined the People's Party as National Candidate Engagement Director and West Virginia State Director. Join us in welcoming two-time congressional candidate and activist at Paula Jean. So, I mean, only 700 likes. I mean, her tweet has more, but that's interesting. So let's check out the article here. Let's check it out, folks. For those of you that don't know, the People's Party is the scam that's been perpetuated by professional egomaniac Nick Brana. Reminder, there was a lot of drama going on last year where anyone that disagreed with Nick Brana's direction was forcefully ejected from the People's Party. Several dozen people were kicked out of the People's Party for having slight disagreements. And then Nick Brana created an unholy infernal alliance with podcaster, I guess, Jimmy Dore. And they've basically just been trying to troll and destroy almost everything on the left for the last, 8 months or so. And so this is their announcement piece. And so let's read this. I couldn't be happier to join the People's Party as National Candidate Engagement. Why is national not capitalized? National Candidate Engagement Director and West Virginia State Director. People love having titles and labels. People love that shit. Yes, I am the National Candidate Engagement Director and the West Virginia State Director. Like, why don't they add some more? West Virginia State Director of Directions, or, of West Virginia State Director of Communication and International Outreach, State, Diplomat Career. They love these fucking labels. There's so many goddamn words here. During my 2 election cycles as a U.S. Senate candidate and my more than 20 years of organizing, I've seen the two-party establishment push back against any kind of change that helps communities like mine in Appalachia and across the country. I'm an ordinary coal miner's daughter. We all know her story. I'm sick and tired of polished politicians. Is this a link? Oh shit, we're donating, folks. Two-party systems are gatekeepers. Yeah, that's okay. I ran to challenge Joe Manchin. That's why I joined y'all to help build a People's Party. The Democrat Party. Note, they did not say Democratic Party. Max! Note that she did not say Democratic Party. For those of you that don't know the origin of Democrat Party was something that right-wingers on Fox News started saying because it reminded people of rats, it reminded people of demons, and so they say Democrat Party instead of Democratic Party. That's just like, Max! Why are you barking? Look at this dog. Anyway, Max hates Democrats and the People's Party. They actively worked against us. Now the same party has worked so hard to keep Senator Joe Manchin in his seat in 2018 is using him as a scapegoat for legislation they had no intention of passing in the first place. That I do agree with. Even though I was the U.S. Senate Democratic candidate in West Virginia, in 2020 the party refused to support a debate between myself and Republican Senator Shelley Moore Capito. They'd rather ignore a non-corporate candidate that would take them to task than give the voters a real choice. I'm so sorry for not being able to read. Yeah, I mean, again, we all understand that the Democratic Party is more interested in keeping themselves having power roles in the Democratic Party than actually having power as the Democratic Party as a whole. That we know. Now, again, how do you fix that problem? By, I guess, in their estimation, joining another party. That's how you fix that problem. One of my issues here, though, like, I'm just gonna, ignore the rest of this because I don't care. Oh, God. P.S. Watch Jimmy Dore live at 7 p.m. ET tonight for more about... Oh, my God. Okay. Is this show, like, something I can watch? Is there anything? Paula Jean? Oh shit, AOC deleted a tweet. Oh fuck. So I can't find it. But anyway, that's really hilarious that at the end they say, join me on the Jimmy Dore show. So again, folks, I need y'all to understand here. Is a third party a good idea? Well, they tried third parties and they tried independent candidates over the last several decades. And you know what they've done? Every time a third party candidate has gotten anywhere close to winning anything, they've made it more difficult for third party candidates to do anything. Right, look at Ross Perot. Ross Perot is probably like the main reason why Bill Clinton even became president. And what did they do? As soon as they got power, the Republicans and the Democrats were like, yo, we can't have that happen. And so they basically made it impossible for a third-party candidate to get anywhere close. Then in 2000, you had Ralph Nader, right, try to, do something. I don't know what he was doing. And then they blamed him. And like Al Gore won the election in 2000, but he was too much of a beta male to actually do anything about it. And so they just all blamed Ralph Nader and made it, again, even more difficult for third parties to gain traction. Even in 2016 and 2020, 2016, right, an election where a third-party candidate could have done extremely well, given the fact that no one liked Donald Trump and no one liked Hillary Clinton. You know what happened? They still flopped. Why? Because third-party candidates are built to lose. They are an energy sucker. They are a vacuum for anyone's organizational power and energy so that they can basically... They don't want to destroy third parties altogether. They want to give them the taste of being possibly able to do anything so that they waste their fucking time in that little fucking shit show cringe circle. Right? Now, I believe Paula Jean Swearengin has been putting herself in this camp for a while. She's been hopping on these anti-AOC bandwagon tweets basically ever since Force the Vote started. She's been basically saying AOC is the reason why I lost my election 2 times. If AOC were to help me, I would have won, even though that's not true even remotely. If AOC helped her, she probably would have lost even worse off because for whatever reason, people in West Virginia don't like AOC from my understanding. But either way, she blamed AOC for losing several times. She said if AOC were more helpful that she would have won. She has basically been on top of every single anti-AOC smear for the last 7 months, and I think that this is naturally like the course of her. I think this is the direction of her course. She is She's been trending in this direction for a while now. I feel like she is more interested in having a network of yes men around her than actually challenging structures of power. And that's a problem. She could run for the state legislature in West Virginia. She could run for local politics in West Virginia. She could do that to build her, profile and her credentials and then do another run later. But she's choosing not to. She's choosing to basically abolish her entire political career for the sake of being on podcasts and having yes men write fancy tweets about her that get no traction whatsoever. And it's sad. It's really sad. And so, what are you going to do? But anyway, I think it's really hilarious, and so I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's hilarious, and the People's Party is a giant scam, a giant grift, and if they're not, then, again, alright, third party? Great. We already have the Green Party. Oh, you want a third party with national access? Alright, Libertarian Party? What does a libertarian mean? Right? Aren't we left libertarians? Aren't we like people that are like, we don't want government overreach. We're anti-imperialist. We want freedom and democracy and liberty. But we're also not, people that are interested in lowering the age of consent. And we're also not people that are interested in fucking whatever incandescent light bulbs. Right? Why don't you take over the Libertarian Party? They've got at least a branch in all 50 states. They've got governmental power structures and apparandi. Why don't you just take them over? Oh, right. Because it's not about actually having a third party that actually means something. It's about having their own third party that actually means something, and that is more valuable than actually the project itself as a whole. So now what we're seeing the Green Party, and they're not going to go to the People's Party. We're seeing the People's Party, they're not going to go to the Green Party, and we're seeing the Libertarians off in their own little weirdo, crypto yacht going on, and they're not even remotely interested in power. They're just they're blatantly all about enriching themselves, right? And so we're seeing all these third parties, fourth parties, fifth parties, 17th parties, 97 parties, right? It's ridiculous. Why don't you all form together and make one giant third party? Isn't that what the People's Party's trying to do? Well, they could just join the already established parties, but they're not doing it, folks. Again, they don't care about actually winning. They don't care about actually challenging power. All they care about is having their own little universe where, you know, their own little universe where they're the winners. They get to post something on Twitter and they get those likes, and that's the only thing they care about. And it's sad, it's embarrassing, and rip Paula Jean Swearengin's political career. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm probably not wrong. Here's the thing, Sal. I'd rather hammer my face into oblivion than associate with libertarians. Here's the thing. All right. So the way I see it, I agree with you in the same way with liberals. I hate liberals. I think liberals are trash. I think they're annoying, and I think they're smug and they're losers. That being said, liberals have control of one of the major parties, right? And so again, if your thing was, oh, the duopoly, right? Duopoly, if someone says duopoly, there's a 98% chance they're a fucking loser, right? But just throw that in there. So if your goal is to defeat the duopoly, right? You've already worked with Democrats. You've already proven that you're capable of working with Democrats. You've already proven that you're capable of occupying a party structure that already exists. Why not join the Libertarian Party and take them over? You know what I mean? Like, and that's my thing. Is like they're starting their own party, right? And that's going to take at least another 20 years. Look at the Green Party. The Green Party's been running presidential candidates every 4 years for 20-something years now. They got nowhere. The Libertarian Party has been running presidential candidates for longer. They've gotten nowhere, right? So you're telling me you're going to start a new party, and all of a sudden you're going to get candidates doing well in the next 4 years? No. Not going to happen. They're going to be around for 20 years. They're going to be deadbeats. They're going to be losers. We're going to be making fun of them for 20 years. And then they're going to end up getting like maybe 0.1% in an election, and that will be their peak, right? And so my thing is, if you want to break the duopoly, the Libertarian Party is literally already established in all 50 states. They have ballot access in 50 out of 50 states, okay? Go there. Take them over, right? Because it wouldn't be hard. They're a bunch of crazy motherfuckers. And what are they going to do? What are the Libertarians going to do? Make it so that no one can join the party with, like, they're going to be authoritarian, you mean? The Libertarians are going to violate the NAP and fucking make you unable to run as a Libertarian because you believe in communism? They're not going to do that, and if they are, that would be hilarious, right? At least, like, give it a shot. You know, like, I don't, like, and here's the sad part about it. If Trump started a third party, right, they would be winning that shit. They would be, you know, the People's Party, they have nothing. They literally have nothing. I need you to understand. They have no popular support. They've got no grassroots support, right? They've got a couple, like, it would be like if I started a podcast and I have 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Let me start a party based on my podcast. Well, I've got 10,000 subscribers, so therefore there's some grassroots support somewhere. But no, that is not indicative of the real population. The real population wouldn't give a fuck about me because I'm an unlikable bitch. All right? But at least I recognize that. I don't know, man. This shit is just so embarrassing, and I can't help myself but cringe.